Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, joined with and the fur babies. And today we are doing Dirty Santa, which means this weekend is Christmas.
Wait, is this a public one?
Yes, this is a public for
okay.
everybody. So we got Andrea, Sheila, Michael Ann, Spence, Burl. Hello, and hopefully we'll have some more joining us. So this is a very small one, so we should be able to get it done today. This was the pattern I did.
Forever Learning Art?
That is Michael Ann.
Oh, okay.
And there is our Dirty Santa. Now this is supposed to be a carving piece of basswood, but I decided I wanted to burn Santa this time instead of carve him.
Well, that is what you do.
That's what
That's
I do.
the main thing. So.
That's what I do. So we are going to switch over to the 9M.
Gina Bedeau says good morning from snowy Washington.
Ah, good morning, Gina. Good morning. That would be a new one for us. Yay! Yep. New peoples. Alrighty. I have my special eggnog. Can't get it in the screen. There we go. And we are going to get started once I turn the darn thing on.
I have cocoa. Well, not cocoa. I've got coffee, but it might as well be cocoa. So.
Oh, you have coffee? I thought it was cocoa.
Well, it's the fake coffee.
Oh, then it's not coffee.
That's why I say it might as well be cocoa. I have my cup that I was gifted by a friend of ours.
Yep. Put that over here, and now I'm heating up the 9M. I got to figure out where to move the camera so that I can... Okay, yeah. I got to go up. We will do that.
I hope that's not indicative of a leak.
Sorry about that. Alright. So, this is Hubcap. He is Dirty Santa. And I have a story written based on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but I didn't get it finished. That's why we were running late. So hopefully Hubcap can fill in the rest.
Okay.
Okay?
When that time comes.
When that time comes, we'll wait till more people come in. So we are going to get started on the eyes.
Dirty Santa, in as everybody here who has
is family friendly.
It's family friendly. It's not dirty, bad dirty. It's
no.
Dirty. I was welding dirty.
So this is Yuli. This is who I'm turning into Dirty Santa. And I kind of wanted to clip it up here just so I can see, even though it really doesn't matter because I changed things. Alrighty. Everybody's talking about snow, but us, we are going to have
snow.
We still have old snow on the ground.
It's just not snowing.
It's just not snowing.
But we have snow.
Alrighty, so I have no plans to make this overly realistic because it's meant to be fun. So we all know that that's a hard thing for me.
Yep.
But we're going to give it a go anyway. Alrighty. I can actually turn this down now that I got it warmed up. And I had to actually go back and draw on here because I just wasn't happy with the pattern. Ah!
Spence says you can have his snow.
I would take your snow in a heartbeat.
Hi, Roxy. Hi, are you all the way up on my shoulder?
So yeah, this is going to be a lot of outlining because I'm not going for realism. I am going for light and fun. That is my goal. So he did, in the photo I took, he is winking a little bit, so that's why this eye is a little more closed. Feels like forever since we heard Dirty Santa. It's only been a year.
I know.
Alright. Don't bump me. I'm a little off on this side, but you know what? We ain't gonna care. We're not going to care, so I can zoom in. So I gotta pay attention, and I'm gonna angle this so you guys can see a little bit better, hopefully. There we go. One thing I didn't do was, I don't have your reference up. So maybe that's a good thing.
Well, I mean, it's an ornament.
That it is. So we got wrinkles there. I'm not going to put those in. I will shade those in, I think. And these are the eyebrows. Now, on Yuli, this is a bell. But I think I'm going to make this the extension of the fur. And the only reason anybody will know about it is because I told you guys. I think we're okay.
Burl has 30 inches of snow.
So nice.
It looks nice.
I like it.
I like snow. I don't like shoveling it. And yes, I know. You shoveled the last batch.
I did.
I appreciate it.
All right.
My daughter, our daughter, one of our daughters was complaining to us that she had to shovel snow. She's had 3 feet of it. But that's something I don't miss. I don't miss shoveling snow like that.
So I'm just quickly putting in the pupils. Well, in all fairness, our neighbor tends to help with that with his snowblower.
Yeah. Spence says I can't get out of the store, so I'm not happy. I'm sorry. You snowed in.
Oh. See, right here, I feel off.
See, my eyes are really dilated here. It's either like it's very dark. Or
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about the pupils.
I know, I'm off on...
I'm just teasing you. It looks fine. Morgan, are you so very good?
I'm off on this one.
It's an ornament.
I know. It's frustrating.
Get over it.
Well, we're just going to make this line thicker. So I did it on purpose.
Yes.
And only they know I didn't do it on purpose.
You should have never said anything.
Well,
We would just assume that you were doing it on purpose.
Let's see here. I can actually switch over to the 18 small now.
I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but Ian Hobson.
Hello.
What temperature are you burning on?
I don't have a temp reading because it's an Optima, but I am set at 3. In fact, let's see with the 18 small.
And the dial goes up to 10. So.
It goes up to 10. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of 3.
And I guess practically speaking, it's not cherry.
No.
The tip is not glowing.
No.
So.
No.
That helps.
Alrighty. So yeah, I don't tend to burn on cherry. It's not good for your pen.
Oh, Spence sent a picture. Look at this.
Hold on, I'm doing facial hair.
It's gonna make you mad though. Surprise! Made you mad.
Oh my god,
This is what I have to deal with all winter long, by the way. So anytime it's snowing, Valerie's happy. If it's not snowing, she's not happy.
That's not true.
It's kind of true.
Not fully true.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Hobson says that's perfect minus dial 2. So, and Michael Ann says be right back.
All right.
Okay.
So he was shaggy at the moment the Dirty Santa occurred.
Not too different than what I am now, and that's actually why I'm still like this.
Well, I needed photos.
I know. But we agreed, because of last live, that I would go ahead and have the beard while I was doing this live. So, and I'm gonna keep the beard this winter and see what happens. I'm not used to beards, so and then I will take it off in the spring because it will be too warm. But
Excuse me.
it's Ian with an extra I, pronounced the same. Oh, so it's just Ian. Okay. All right.
Just Ian.
Ian. It's very important to me to pronounce people's names correctly. So thank you very much. So just Ian.
Alright, so let's see here. I'm trying to think of what my vision was for the fur on the hat.
Your ornament and me by association. There's this guy when I was growing up, because for the people who know, I used to live in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, and our post office was 14 miles away by a snow machine, and so I would end up picking up the mail for our area, which was like a, I don't know, 5-6 mile square radius or something like that. And so I'd pick up our neighbor's mail, and there was this one couple that I used to take their mail to, and this is what I guess I remind myself of him.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. His name was Mick, and Mick and Pat, they were super nice, and they would always invite me in every time I dropped their mail. Like most neighbors out there, getting the mail was also a social call. So even though I was coming home from school, if it was a mail drop day for me, and I had mail for all the neighbors, I could expect to add 30 to 45 minutes at each neighbor. And so they would usually keep me for like 30 to 45 minutes and insist that I have chocolate, which was their word for cocoa. I'm not sure where they're from, but just regionally that's what they called it. So chocolate and cookies, and talk about what's going on in the neighborhood. They're really, really nice people.
Get this in. So I'm just using the edge of the pin and the tip. Maybe hard to see. Normally I have it angled, but...
So Ian says, "Hey all, I'm new to wood burning," and Andrea says, "You picked the right group."
Mm-hmm.
And Burl says, "It's very addicting, Ian." And
I've been doing it for 17 years.
Yep, and that's your thing. It's not my thing. I'm a painter by profession, my preference. So I tried wood burning. I'm not very good at it.
Well, it takes practice.
It takes practice. It's very difficult.
Let's see here.
Ian says it's very addicting, but he always gets stuck. Being in the UK, it's hard to get a really good wood burning device. I want one. I found it in America, and like a protective spray, it's hard for me to find. So, well, I think that I'm sure chat probably already has answers.
Well, Sheila can do the biggest help there because Sheila is also in the UK.
Okay.
You don't know what to use for protective spray. I don't have anything in here. I use, before I do my final varnish, I use a workable fixative, and that just keeps everything in place. And then I use Liquitex gloss for my varnish,
which is what I also use. So how convenient for the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually really, really good varnish. So.
And it's meant for artwork.
Yep. But
I have that bottle behind you. But as for burners, he said he found one. He just hasn't gotten it
yet. It's hard to get a really good wood burning device. I want one I found in America. So he's seen one that he wants, but he has not got it yet.
Got it.
And that is, of course, going to trigger chat probably to start up with the Optima. Thank you, Michael, and I appreciate it. I need to get back in the studio. I've been working so hard on the books, and I haven't done any like
Actual painting.
actual paintings. It's all been digital for a while. Jill Bell is here. It says,
Hey, Jill Bell.
howdy, hi, long time.
It has been a long time.
Yep.
I haven't gone live for everybody since the first week of September.
Yep.
Yeah. But we were missing everybody, so.
Roxy.
Hello, child.
Why are they both up?
Why?
Are you seeing what Mom's doing?
Are you trying to be on camera? Child, I'm trying.
She's not trying.
You're on.
She is on camera.
You're okay. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Off. Off. Good girl. Good girl.
Girl, come here. Come on. You can be up on me. Okay. There we
It's just you're bumping me.
I know. Mom's working. Joe Bell says, I thought about y'all. Well, thank you. We think about you all as well.
I do miss everybody, but I also am appreciative that the Super Toasties are allowing me to basically reset. Although next month, all month of January will be public lives because we have Portrait Month next month.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, I see you.
so all those lives for January will be public lives. And the theme for next month is for the portrait. Thank you, Joe Bell. Is going to be children.
What are you guys doing? Get out of my jacket.
Children tend to be actually harder to burn
Yep.
because they lack the facial structures of an older person that gives it character.
And there's a lot of nuance.
And it's smooth and nuanced, so, yep.
Joe Bell says hugs.
Hugs.
And,
That sounded funny. Sounded like I honked.
Sheila is going to hook Ian up. She's going to text him what she uses.
Thank you so much, Sheila. You guys do have a good art store over there. The only Sheila can talk about the wood. It's called Jackson's Art Supply, and they will carry quite a bit of the supplies that I use. So hopefully that helps. And Jackson also, well, they ship worldwide, but they also ship to Canada, and I believe it's like fast and super cheap. And I don't know why I always forget to mention that to Burl and Spencer. Because some of their stuff may be actually cheaper. Alrighty.
So in regards to the portraits of the children, though, like, it's hard for people. And a lot of people, when they do children, they unintentionally, unless they're using a reference, they will make very short, older people.
Yeah.
And if you look at medieval art, you see that a lot. You see the cherubs, and baby Jesus looks like an old man instead of a child. They have people features as opposed to child features.
So, Sturdy Santa's shirt was actually a plaid, black and white checkered jacket.
Yep.
So and the reason there's dots is to tell me which ones I need to put dark in.
Oh, gotcha.
Just to make it go quicker.
I'd be wearing that today, except for that I've misplaced it somewhere. I think it's in the box that's labeled winter clothes or something, and it's kind of buried in one of the closets.
Yeah.
But I got the hat, and I got the shirt, or one of the shirts that is associated with that. The shirt, I think, is just gray, and it's got holes from welding in it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put some holes in this.
Yeah.
I think. So I'm gonna do. This is his arm connections.
I keep expecting to run into that child again, older,
Yeah, but would she recognize?
Well, she might now.
Alright, so let's get these buttons on and we will start.
Around around this time of year, no matter what I'm doing, I'm wearing this hat because I can. It's kind of a tradition with me. So.
I forgot to put my hat on. I was rushing and rushing.
You got antlers. It's okay.
I forgot my hat. Alright. Now remember, I'm using the edge of the pen, so that tends to burn hotter. But for what we're doing, that's okay.
So Michael, did you read the comment about Michael Ann buying a cheap burner? And
I did not.
And
I
she
can't
bought it
see
for
it.
cutting stencils, which
Yeah.
is good. But it has several tips for wood burning. She hasn't started yet, but she's excited.
Awesome.
So Joe Bell, we're gonna get into that. Do you want me to tell the story as well as read the story, or do you want just the story read?
Well, I didn't finish writing this story. You'll need to quickly read over it and see if you can finish it in the way I wrote it.
Okay. I will look for it. Okay.
And then we'll go from there. I mean, because I'm trying to make it written funny.
Well, yeah.
I just didn't get it done. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I can finish this one in one live. Which all the regulars know that's like a big feat. So we're going to quickly... Let's see here. I intentionally have these lines off. And rounded because of the ornament.
I mean, it looks good so far.
Yeah, but can you finish it?
Well, there's not much to finish.
Well, what I mean by finish is off the top of your head.
Yeah, I can do something.
You can freestyle it?
I can wiki freestyle.
Let's see here.
Just let me know when you want me to do it, and I'll do it. But it's based on, well, the poem is based on something, and
'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
well, yes, but it's based on something that happened to me in
Oh yeah,
2016 or something.
16 or 17.
Yeah, so it was an encounter in Walmart, and it was.
Well, if they're ready for the poem portion, that way, that looks. Yeah.
So I'll read the poem.
So I wanted it to sound, in the voice pattern of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I started writing it.
So, and this was when I was in college. I was getting my fine arts degree, and so I was taking sculpture, which required me to weld. And we did quite a lot of welding, and anybody who's ever welded, you know.
No, hold on.
What?
Just read it. Just read it.
But it's not mentions about the welding.
I know, but then you can tell your story, please.
Okay, so you want the.
I want the
story?
poem, yeah. And
Well,
can you guys hear him okay?
I'm sure they can.
Well,
I'm not whispering.
you're not loud.
Well, I don't need to be loud because the microphone is sensitive. It's sensitive, like Morgan, who's very concerned at this moment. She looks like Max.
Yeah?
Yeah, she had antlers.
Well, I'm wearing those.
Yeah. Huh, you look like Max.
And as he's reading it, I'm going to start putting in the checkers real quick. I do need to get this on the edge.
I'll get caught up on chat. So yes, they can hear me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to read the poem. And then afterwards, then
Let's switch pins real
talk
quick.
a little bit about it. You let me know when you're ready for me to start.
I'm switching to the 18 extra small just so I can get the dark squares without upping my heat. And you may go.
I may go?
You may go.
'Twas a few weeks before Christmas, and all through the class, most all the students scurry, so they wouldn't be last. I welded my sculpture over here, over there, in hopes that the last A would soon appear. I gathered my things and rushed for the door as I checked my shopping list once more. Just one more stop and I would be home, tucked in my jammies, all nice and warm. I jumped in the car and blasted the heater as I made my way to go see the Walmart greeter. I walked through the door when all of a sudden I heard a little girl cheer, "Hey Ma, it's Santa." She had no doubts. She knew she was sure. "Ma, look, it's Santa," she continued with glee as she pointed at me. Ma looked down at her daughter and gave her a chuckle. I gave her a big smile as I pushed my cart asunder. It happened in a flash. This little girl's cheers crashed. She scrunched up her face and wrinkled her nose. She looked up at me from head to toe. She thought for a moment, and then another more, then blurted out loud, "You're not Santa. You're dirty. You're dirty, Santa," she yelled. Her mother was mortified, and I looked away confused as this little girl continued her jeer once more. At this moment, I reddened and glanced around. All eyes were on me as the chorus continued to resound. Once more I heard, "You're not Santa, you're dirty Santa," with a glare in her eye. I lowered my head as I pushed my cart by. Off to the first aisle I went, looking for things I needed to get. Hearing her say it as they would pass my aisle, "That's dirty Santa," with a head shake and a frown. I rushed to this aisle and that as the little girl's voice continued to spat. It carried from here to over there. It would get loud then soft as the mother was red, but every time she saw me, she would cry, it's not him, Mom." She tried to shush her and tell her to stop. I ran down the aisle, tossing this and that into my cart. I could not wait
To
to
depart.
get out of Walmart. So,
Okay, but
okay, but what?
you didn't finish it.
That's it. That's all that happened. You did good.
It still needs work.
Okay, well.
So tell your story.
All right. So, basically, exactly what the poem says is that I went to Walmart. I had just finished my sculpture class, so I was wearing this, except for I had soot from welding all over my face, because if anybody who's welded knows that it throws sparks, and so you can't help it. You're gonna get soot on your face, and I really wasn't cognizant of that because, I was just like intent on getting the shopping done and getting home. So I get to Walmart and got my cart, just like in the poem, and there was this little girl and her mom, and she was riding in this cart, and I don't know.
She was about 4.
Yeah, she's about 4, and
Look at that. I'm still rhyming.
so she kind of reminded me of the little girl from Christmas Vacation, Ruby Sue,
Yeah.
but younger. But anyway, so she saw me and her eyes lit up, right? And I realized, oh my God, she thinks that I'm Santa because of the way I'm dressed, just incognito or something. And so she got this like really magical look on, and she's like, "Look, Mom, it's Santa." And Mom thought that was amazing, and she was like, Mom got all happy, and so she was, that her daughter was having this magical Christmas experience and extravaganza. So I waved and smiled at her, and then her look changed. She just look of betrayal, and she looked at me and she goes, "You're not Santa. You're too dirty." And she's like, "You're a dirty Santa," and her mom just looked mortified. And she was just it turned from this magical moment into a horror show for her. She was so embarrassed, and her mom was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "That's okay," you know. But you know, we were both getting our carts, and so this little girl I was behind them, and this little girl kept trying to look around her mom because she was riding in the seat in the cart, and she was like, "Look, no, but he's right there, Mom. Look, and it was Dirty Santa." And she's like, we will go home right now if you don't stop it. You need to stop." But he's right there, Mom. And so I did my shopping. I departed from them. But from time to time, I would know when they caught sight of me because I would hear the little girl belt out so that everybody could hear, "There he is! I see him! It's Dirty Santa!" And her mom would be like, "Stop it now! Don't you say that! I will take you home now!" And her mom, "But Mom, it's Dirty Santa!" "No!" Anyway, so this persisted like 3 or 4 times. And so, I got out of the Walmart, but it is a story that I'll never forget, and I'm pretty sure that her mother will never forget. Who knows if she'll remember? But yeah, that's the story of Dirty Santa. Oh. Excuse me.
And I unfortunately wasn't there to witness it.
No,
but when you told me,
yeah,
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, you couldn't. You were paralyzed with laughter.
But you did one thing a little off.
What did I do?
You said the 4-year-old had an accent, like
she
a
did.
southern accent.
A little bit.
Ma.
Yeah.
It would have been. It'd be awesome to see her again.
I would love to. I'd love to.
And then tell Mom, "Hey, this story's on YouTube."
This story is famous now, so.
Told every year. But I'm gonna keep working on the poem.
So the one time that I was mistaken for Santa, it turned out to be. Well, I'm not going to say it was bad because it was hilarious, but I'm sure that her mother probably does not have fond memories because in her mind her daughter was torturing some stranger, and her phrasing wasn't great either. That was the worst of it for me because like Dirty Santa could mean something else, so. But
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when she went home and told the story to a significant other or family or,
Kids, what can you do?
This jacket looks funny.
So Michael Ann says, "Hilarious and so cool you wrote the poem, Val." I think so.
I need to work on it.
I'm not good at poems, so. You're better than me in that.
So I was just listening to the actual poem and then so that I could get the beat down.
Gotcha.
Because that's what I wanted was the beat.
Ah.
So I still need to work on it, listening to you read it. And it's probably something that you might need to practice a little bit.
Yeah, I read that.
You hadn't read it.
Well, I read it
sitting
here, and then read it loud, so it wasn't quite cold. But sometimes when you read things out loud, you kind of, I realize I mixed up the phrasing a little bit. Sorry.
No, we'll work on it. We will have it finished next year, and then I'll have to figure out how to burn Dirty Santa yet again. So I'm just quickly trying to get these squares in. I'm just using the tip, and I'm still set on 3, but because I have the 18 extra small Optima tip it carries the heat differently, and so I can lower the heat and still get a dark burn. Remember, all tips burn differently. They all heat differently. I don't want to put any color other than white on this, I think, but I'm not sure. And I had to hand sand it because it's so small, I can't really take a sander to it. Oops, sorry. There we go. So sometimes the tip catches a little bit. But I'm using the top half of the tip. And if I need to get in, then I'm doing a small partial rotation just to get to the edge. Right now, this coat just seems like a bad suit.
That's all right. I think it looks good.
Well, I gotta figure out how to make it look dirty.
Well,
because it was black and white checker.
Yeah. Well, the coat, actually, I don't think I was wearing that when I was welding. So the coat itself wasn't dirty.
Oh, the coat wasn't? It was just the shirt?
Just my shirt and my face.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't realize how dirty it was until I got back in the car because, I wasn't paying attention. So I got back in the car and looked in the mirror and I was like, ugh. I really am dirty. I look like I've been coal mining. Do you remember it's funny because we went out and this is kind of an almost embarrassing story, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Okay.
Right.
Wait a minute. Who's it embarrassing for, you or me?
It's for us,
Oh.
actually. So
which story?
We used to go to Campus Coffee Bean and every Sunday, and we would do art for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And just hang out there and work on art and drink fancy coffee and have breakfast and stuff. And it was like our weekly outing.
Yes.
We stopped doing it because of
Rona.
Pandemic, but every so often we would get people that come by the table and take a look at what we're doing, and they're like, "Oh, that's nice." And we started at one point making a conscious decision to dress better instead of more comfortable because we had somebody offer to buy one of Valerie's pieces of work because they thought that we were homeless because we spent so much time there and we kind of just dressed up comfortable and whatever.
Jeans and
jeans and
sweatshirt
and go down there. But yeah, they thought that we were homeless, and we had to explain to them, no, we're actually artists here in the community, and we're doing okay, and you don't have to feel bad, and you don't have to buy
That's
this.
right. It was like a college age young lady.
Yes, and
but then I did end up selling her the artwork. And
I know
she wouldn't stop. I was like, fine.
Yeah, but yes, and that's when that was after Dirty Santa, I think.
Yes.
And I think at that point, I started to pay more attention to my appearance when I leave the house because, I'm a vet. Every time I go up to the VA, they don't ask me anymore. But I think this is a reflection of my new self-imposed dress code. Because I would go up to the VA and they'd be like, "Has your address changed?" I'm like, "No." And then they would ask me, "Are you homeless?"
God,
no.
You didn't tell me that.
No, I'm not homeless. They stopped asking me that though. So, so I just appearance is important in society. If you want people to think you're homeless, maybe don't dress for your pajamas and clothes that are.
Are you making a commentary about me right now?
No, I'm not. You do better than I do. Well, yeah.
Alright, we almost got the coat in.
Wingman's here. Wingman 115.
Mike.
Yep, Mike. At work, saw the live notice. Want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Keep burning. Merry Christmas, Mike.
Happy holidays. Oh, my eyes are blurry right now. Ooh. I hate when that happens.
You've been pushing pretty hard.
Well, I'm just too close to the... I start leaning closer and closer as I go. And I've got this pattern. So my eyes are like... I'm going to have to Once I get it in, I'll put it down for a second so that I can get my eyes to adjust. I saw that I missed the spot right here. I am going to do a little bit of shading so this doesn't, so it breaks it up and it doesn't look so
Well, I think it's an ornament.
flat.
I think you do what you want to.
Well, I agree, but I think it gets lost in the pattern if I don't put some shading. Like,
Yeah. Just, you know, fight your urge to be photorealistic.
I am.
We all have burdens to carry. Valerie's burden is that she does art too good.
No, I don't.
She has to.
That's busy, though.
She has to dial it down.
No. Alrighty. But see, that's busy right there. So I do feel like I need to put like shadow under the arm and under the gloves just so it...
I don't know. It makes me want to listen to Chubby Checker songs.
Not my fault. That's what you were wearing.
Yeah.
You did it.
I know.
So I'm actually going to bump down to 2 because I don't need it to be super dark, and I'll fill those in better. Yeah. Let's see where we at. So we just need, and the shadows mainly where the white squares are.
Thank you, Spence. Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Yule's tomorrow.
You'll love it.
So see, we'll just put a little bit of
Ooh.
shading.
Does that mean I have to get a special log for the fire?
You can find an oak one.
A very big one?
Let's see here, because right here we have the arm. So I'm going to bring this up like this.
What are you doing?
And then we're going to put some shadow. Because this right here, on the Santa picture, it's like a beard, but I ended up, it almost looked like a sweatshirt.
Hey.
The way I did it. But it's supposed to be a collar. So just a little shadow starts helping it to break out.
Joe Bell's got to go.
Hi, Joe Bell. Thank you. Happy holidays. You know what I do need to do? I need to quickly erase.
Squish. Squish. Squishy Morgan's face. Squish. Big smile. Big
Now, I don't normally outline, but again, because we are not going for photorealism, we're going for more fun. That's why I did the outlining.
Spence says, just think if we were all remembered for the worst clothes that we wear just because we want to be comfortable.
I'd be in trouble. I would be in trouble. Alright. We got some shadow coming in to the glove, and then I'm going to very quickly, so I've bumped down to 2, and I'm just using the tip, doing a very quick oval stroke. Bring that together.
Andrea says, looking good, Val.
Thank you. I do think this is one of my better Dirty Santas. And then I'll put some more shading on the side here. That can wait. Let's see here. So if I got the light coming this way, these lights hitting down here. Maybe. So this is only hand sanded, and I can feel the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. But luckily it is basswood, so basswood's a little easier.
More forgiving, right? Or just burns easier?
Just burns easier. Yeah, just burns easier. Yeah, I can get darker over here. I hate when I do that. I don't tend to burn myself with a pen, although I have once this year. But it's putting my hand down where I just burned, and it's all hot.
Yeah, everybody who had bets said I was going to burn myself.
You haven't burned, so how could you burn yourself?
Exactly.
You haven't done any burning.
No, I've been doing my job.
I'm going to go ahead and bump up to 2.5.
My job is to make sure you're on camera.
Am I on camera?
Yes, you are. Read comments. And to get you stuff that you either drop or need.
Or toss.
Or intentionally toss away.
Or toss. Alright, let's get the shirt in. Now, looks like I'm going to have to do the shadowing on the jacket a little darker, at least up by the collar. Just so I can break it out from everything. So, this needs...
No, just going back because I just realized I missed a lot of comments when I was telling that story because I didn't have chat up while I was doing that. So I am going through. Burl says we want a whole reenactment of Dirty Santa.
You know, I do too.
That.
I do too.
Maybe because Jessica.
She's small enough.
Maybe we could next year or something. Probably won't be able to do it this year. But yeah, we had talked about that.
Yeah, I would like one too.
Burl says that the Dirty Santa that you're working on has a Michelin Man tire look.
Mm-hmm. He does.
Let's see.
Darker.
You know, Burl, in retrospect, I totally thought that I should have said, "Oh, I've just come from the workshop."
I told him.
Yeah, she told him that. She told me that too.
That was my first response. Why didn't you say you were at the workshop?
Or that I was undercover or something, but it was just kind of a shock to me and her mother. So I didn't have words at that moment other than to just smile awkwardly. Let's see. What else?
I'm darkening up this line where the jacket.
Burl, no, we have welding goggles, but not full face helmets on. Yeah, so we have welding goggles and gloves, of course, and we wear cotton-based clothing. Nothing synthetic. But I don't know of anybody the kind of welding because we were using gas welders, so I don't. We would occasionally use arc welders, but I don't know of anybody with the kind of welding that we were doing that actually got injured, like burned or anything like that. Because the materials that we were using didn't really pop that much. Clearly they did some, but not like industrial welding, I suppose.
Alright, so I've moved the pen up to 3. But I'm moving very quickly, and I'm trying to somewhat move with the grain in order to have a smoother burn.
Spence wants to know, what was Dirty Santa thinking at that moment? With the expression on the ornament.
I'll quickly show you.
She took these pictures yesterday.
I took these pictures yesterday.
Yeah. And that's why I've been growing my beard, because she wanted to have a reference for this. So
alrighty, so it started with that face, and then I had pictures.
I like that one. Oh, look, Sleepy Santa. Like, there's the, just take the damn picture.
Yeah, he wanted me to hurry.
That's probably more the look that I had on when the little girl was verbally assaulting me.
So that's the one. Even though it's a little different, that's the one I settled on. Is that?
You know, it kind of does look like a black eye.
Well, he just drew it on.
Well, I used actual charcoal, so.
But you still drew it on. It wasn't like.
I smushed it on.
Yeah, smushed it on. You put on makeup. Morgan, what you doing, baby?
Yeah, should have just used the charcoal as guy liner.
Guy liner.
I could have spent the rest of the day yesterday listening to The Cure and hanging out in my studio with the lights out. Burl said she carved a dirty Santa.
Did I see it?
I don't know.
How could I not? I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember.
We have several ornaments from Toasties that
they're behind
go on the
me.
tree. We have to get the rest of the lights on so that I can finish putting them up.
Alright, you're getting this hat in. And trying to figure out how I'm going to, and I'm just moving very quickly. I'm doing ovals, but I am trying to go in the direction of the grain, just to smooth everything out.
She says only Spencer has seen that.
Oh, okay.
That dirty Santa. So.
I didn't think I had, but then I was like, well.
A lot happens. You never know.
So if I want to slow down, or if I want to darken, I need to slow down.
Spence says it's awesome.
Alright. So. Ooh, too dark. Oh, do it on the other side. So you aren't fully white. I'm actually going to switch you over to the 18 small because it's a thinner side edge.
I know I'm not fully white.
No, I'm working on your beard. I'm trying to visualize how I want to do this because we need to have white in it because you aren't fully white hair wise. You're not.
Are you gonna make him dirty in the face?
Yes, I am.
You be careful because it'll just look like somebody beat up Santa.
I know. So I'm just using the edge.
Michael Ann says that is not the kind of dirty Santa that came to mind when I read your post. No,
I know.
no,
I have to be careful with that.
No, Michael Ann, and when the little girl was shouting in the store, that is not the dirty Santa that came to my mind either. I was like, holy crap, am I gonna get security after me? You know?
Yeah, I know what it envision or what one can envision with that.
Yes.
So I was trying to be careful. Go away. Alright, let's get this side. But hey, we're almost done getting it in there.
You've really
How often does that happen?
through this. Nah. Spence says, I can't wait till my beard turns white. It's stuck in the salt and pepper stage with some white. You know, it's funny, I have some gray and white, but long before it was these colors, it was red. And I'm not a redhead, but my beard was. But it's funny because for the longest time, because I was in the military for so long, I'd have to shave it, you know, every day. And I didn't realize that I had lost all the red in it until I became a civilian and I started growing it out. And I was like, holy crap, it's white, it's gray, it's not red anymore.
I'm trying to make a mess of you.
Michael Ann says, sorry about that. This is better. It has more character. I think she's talking about what happened to me in the store.
Ah.
But yes, this has more character. I agree.
Right.
Spence says, yeah, mine was strawberry blonde, and I'm not that color anymore either. Yeah, facial hair is a funny thing. Like, I usually don't wear it because it's not very comfortable. But Val seems to like it, and I thought, well, I've never really grown my beard out, so I will try it.
As long as it doesn't get too long.
I will try it. I won't go shaggy.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
I will try it for this winter, unless it's just too much. But I think I can hold out till spring. So certainly easier than shaving every day. So,
yeah.
Or every 3 days. That's what I've come to.
So just using the white charcoal, because we can burn next to it if we need to. Which I still realize I gotta put the pants in.
Well, I can see myself in that now.
But I wanted to see. Because you wear it furry.
No.
No, you wear a furry hat, so I'm trying to...
Yes.
I would probably paint this actually with some white, because I know when I go to varnish that a lot of this is going to go away. So
You definitely need to do it however you're going to do it, but
I think it needs. I think it needs like actual.
These are going to be heirlooms at some point. Huh.
So let's see.
No, you don't want to.
I'm taking the shadowing that I put in into consideration, and I'm not going over that. Just so we can see.
How much more do you have to do?
I gotta put your pants in.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. I need to.
Just slip away.
Yep.
It's okay.
I'll be right back. Get ready for the. Oh, Spence says. Hummingbird feeder keeps freezing. Why do you still have hummingbirds right now?
That's true. They should have already flown south.
Yeah, but so he has to keep changing it between every 2 hours. Wow.
Oh wow. I don't know. Maybe because.
So the carving is on the tree then.
Ah! Let's see here.
The Dirty Santa. Yes, I do remember that. That is very cool.
So we saw it.
Yeah.
Why is my brain not remembering?
I thought she was talking about a different one.
Alright. Got some white going on just so we can see.
I know you guys want to.
I always follow you.
There we go.
But yeah, I'm gonna. I for the white. I do feel like it needs to be painted carefully. So that it's nice and bright. Luckily I can, he opened the door and the heater's off. I could feel that. Feels like his face needs some more shading. But definitely, let's see, which pin are we on? Definitely need, where was I? To put his pants in. Let's see here. So for his nose, we have a little highlight there. Yeah, definitely need the pants. Not reading right without the pants. And that jacket is crazy. It's really not that crazy in real life. Alright. So I am going to touch down close to where I've already burned. That was a little rough. I'm going to turn this down to 2.5. Get over here. Let's see. It's our groove. Yes, Ian. Drawing with Fire is on Facebook is my group. It is. What's funny is when I was sanding this, I noticed that they didn't sand with the grain. I'm hoping that won't interfere with me. And what I mean by that is not show up when I varnish. Alright. And on the back I will definitely not only write the year, but I will write Dirty Santa on it. Can't wait to tell the grandkids when they're older the story. And I say older so that they'll understand it. And speaking of grandkids, next week we will have a special guest again. Us Super Toasties. Jessica will be back on camera. Alright, so let's see here. What color do we want, or what tone? I'm going to put some highlight on top of the toe, though I guess that kind of takes away from him being dirty. Alright. So what tonal value? Let's see. No Dorito guy. Hello, Dorito guy. Did I miss somebody? Ah, my eyes are blurry. We are so glad to have you, Ian. It's always nice to get new people learning the craft. Let's see here. We'll put, you know, we can hide the button, but let's go ahead and put the zipper in. I guess I inadvertently just gave Santa his own package. What do I want to do? I feel like this needs to go darker so it stands out. See, painting this with one or two colors wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. And what I mean by that is like picking a red or a green. I wouldn't do more than one color because then it starts taking away from the burning. Maybe one color on here wouldn't be a bad thing. Separate the hues. touch down where I've already burned. And we will. So you can see a little roughness, especially here at the bottom. And that's just where it's the roughest. Let's see here.
Okay, come on.
I inadvertently gave Santa a package.
Come on.
Hello, off, off, hello, off. Good girl, thank you.
We're back.
Do you want to see Santa's package?
Okay.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Okay. Yes, I see you, Rox.
Although the closer I look at it, the more it looks like something else.
Huh.
So I'm going to fix that.
Okay. Why are you gnawing on my arm?
There we go.
Why are you biting me? Uh-oh.
Kind of, maybe. Ooh, somebody is Miss Farty.
Yeah.
Should have left that outside.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of...
Alright. Just trying to fill this in a little bit more. Now, Super Toasties, do you guys want us to paint this next week or go back to the bear?
Dorito guy. Troy.
Oh, Troy.
What were you guys talking about?
I saw them mention Doritos, but I wasn't sure what that was.
It's funny that he's known as Dorito guy.
That's right.
Because he is totally that.
Alright, get some darks in here just so we can break it up from the body.
So, we have a question from Badass Pacifist.
Well, hello, badass.
I
can't read.
Is that the best kind of wood burner? It looks nothing like the one I use. Burl says, of course it's the best kind of burner. Oh god, here we go. Optima is the best.
I highly recommend the Optima.
Oh, you mentioned a special guest. And
oh, Jessica, next week.
Yeah, not Troy, Dorito guy.
Oh, they were guessing.
Yes. Okay, so now that all makes sense.
Yes, now that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I need to try.
I highly recommend the Optima. I've got all the other ones. They are put away because I only used my Optima.
I need to caveat that you have the other ones because you're reviewing them, but also
not all of them, no.
But also because your favorite burner at the time, many years ago, was discontinued, and you went on a quest.
I did.
To find something that could replace it, and so
spent a lot of money.
You checked out a lot of different burners, and you finally found Optima, and you were quite skeptical about it as well.
I have a whole story written of that.
Yeah, so it's
on my webpage.
Yep.
I believe it's linked in the description.
Yeah, and that's how you landed on Optima. So.
Yep. Yeah, and Optima is linked down in the description.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. Just trying to...
Sheila. What did Sheila write then?
I don't know. I'm looking down.
I'm trying.
My eyes are blurry.
There's a lot of comments here, and I was away for a minute. Okay.
Well, I asked
Sheila says, I don't mind which Val.
Oh, she's talking about next week. The bear or
okay.
painting this.
Okay. Well, next week is after the fact.
Yeah. But maybe they want to see it finished.
Well, I think that could be a part of it. That you wouldn't have to.
This actually, it's weird. The jacket reminds me of something else.
What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of a jester ornament that my Nana painted my brother.
Huh.
That's what it reminds me of.
Okay.
Let's see here. What more does Santa need? I do think he needs some color, but I'm only going to pick one color, and I would say red. Or would it be green?
Well, no, because
Your hat's red.
The hat's red, so just make like, I mean, I wasn't wearing red pants, but if you put the red in the hat and red in the pants and red mittens maybe, then it would tie it all together. In my opinion.
In your
But
opinion.
I am not the expert artiste here. I am the hubcap.
I'm using the edge of this tip.
In French, they call me
Le
le hubcap. In German, I am known as der hubcap. And in Espanol, I am known as el hubcapo. But in all these languages, it is the same, for I am hubcap.
Yes, you are. Let's see here. So I'm just using the tip, darkening it up a little bit. Because, I mean, again, you're not fully white in beard and hair yet.
Mafia boss? What?
What?
Burl says pajamas, the mafia boss. What are you talking about?
Maybe you missed something.
I certainly did.
He's... I'm going to put a little shadow on this side of the lip.
El Capo? Oh, are you talking about me?
Let's see here.
El Capo. El Capo. Yes, I guess that would be El Capo.
And darkening just this line, just to separate it. So if you're going to outline, it will read a little bit better if you have different thicknesses of those outlines. If everything's the same, it feels
I think when you're
flat.
Using different thicknesses, you're implying some depth.
Yeah.
You're implying shadow and form.
Put that on the jacket here. Let's see here. And a thicker line also gives weight to something. Just gonna, let's see here, we'll do it on each side. And I'm still at 2.5.
Are we doing a New Year's type stream? Not at midnight or anything, but are we doing that kind, or are we just transitioning on to the next part of the year?
No, New Year's doesn't run on Tuesdays.
Oh, I know that.
And we have to make a drive to Phoenix.
Oh, okay. On Tuesday?
No, New Year's.
Oh.
So I'm just darkening them up because I'm going slow. So you can see how much darker 2.5 on the edge can burn. But that is where pen control and being comfortable with your pen control makes a difference. Let's see here. So we got, trying to see where else I can put a little more dark.
I think that's looking really good. I really like that.
I think it looks
See,
better.
and you say you can't do cartoony.
I still can't, but
clearly you can because you just did it. So
not the way I see it in my head.
well, the rest
And that's
of the
where
world,
the problem is.
the rest of the world sees it just fine.
Is I don't. Oh, I know what I forgot. I know what I forgot.
What did you forget?
I am just putting a little bit more color into your.
You kind of look like one of the elves from Christmas Chronicles.
I forgot. I need to switch pens real quick. I am actually going to switch over to the 9. The 9 pp. Because I need some like whiskers going up to the cheeks. So I will do that real quick. So how are we looking?
I think it looks fine. I think it looks good.
Okay,
I would caution you not to over detail it. That's just my opinion, of course. I'm just hubcap, sitting here doing hubcap stuff.
Yeah, but I did that line there, so I need to kind of do that line there. But I feel you need some stubble.
I feel that you can do whatever you want.
You're just saying that to save face.
Huh?
You're just saying that to save face.
No, you've already made my face.
See, I did that. That's over here. Let's thicken that up a little bit. Alright, so I'm just trying to give you...
Very quietly look over to your right and down and see.
Yeah, she's not always a pain in the butt.
No. She's being very sweet right now.
So hair I normally do with the 18 small.
Okay.
But, you know what?
But you needed dots, so...
Well, the dots are right here. You know how you got stray.
I try to groom those.
I know.
I don't want.
But you were dirty at the store, remember?
Gotcha.
Remember?
I don't want to be the wild-haired, crazy old guy.
I do feel based on we got
Shut
really.
up, Burl. That's preemptive.
We've got dark here, but we don't. We need some balance. There needs to be more dark up here in order for this not to be in your face, because that's where it's at right now.
Thank you, Spence.
Yep, don't forget to hit the like button, please. Ooh, 31 views.
Yeah, because we are getting...
Yeah, I'm finishing up.
But I didn't want to rush. I figured it's Christmas stream. You go however long you want. Not that I have any control over that.
I was wondering why you said that.
I remind you, and then you do whatever you want to do with that information.
Alright, so we need more dark up here. Just to help balance it. Because right now he kind of feels like butt heavy. So... darken this a little bit more. I'm actually going to turn up the heat so I can go a little faster. Although, don't forget, you can always darken. It's a real pain to lighten. So, but I feel comfortable upping the heat. So. I mean, I've already stepped out of my bounds just trying to do this. And what I mean is this style, cartoony.
Yeah. I
am not a cartoonist.
But that's why there's cartoonists.
Exactly.
It's because there's people that are very good at that.
I am not one of those.
That's why there's people who are good at impressionistic art or abstract art. Because that speaks to them.
Let's see here. Are we a little darker now? My camera.
What is going on with your secondary preview there? It's just a sliver.
What are you talking about? Secondary?
I mean, I am seeing what's going on, so I don't...
There you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Something was just moved.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. If I go darker here, it's going to make me have to darken more. I just feel like the thing is if I keep burning this hat, I can put color on top of it. It's just... Let's see here. You did have darker hair.
Did?
Yeah, your hair is lighter now. Because you're older.
Yes. I am older.
Well, you are. Oh, kind of got some spots there. I need to turn this down. What happened is I can see when I burn over that white chalk, it burns a different color. So now I'm just gonna have to blend to hide it. How do I blend? We're going to camouflage it. Yeah, we'll make this your hair. There. Do you look like a mess? It doesn't read.
I think it's fine though. Yes, I think so.
I'm just trying to darken this a little bit.
I look like a mess.
Well, that's what I want, is for you to be a mess. I know that.
Well, you're in luck.
That is true. That is true.
Hey.
Hey, you said it.
You have to agree so quickly.
You
And
said
laugh so hard. Jeez.
Let's see.
Spence says looks awesome. I agree.
Yeah, but I want it to read dirty.
You know, well, I think it is. But you know what we need to. You know what you need? You need somebody, not me, because I don't want to be a part of that. But you need somebody that will enforce stopping. That'd be like, that's fine, it's good, and just take stuff away from you when it.
That's a good way to get bit.
That's why I don't want any part of it.
It is a good way to get. Am I a biter? You stick your hand in front of my face, you're gonna get bit. Alrighty. So for next week, I will have this sprayed. See, I still feel like his face though kind of gets lost because of the dark.
I don't. I think it looks fine.
Maybe I should have made this an open jacket.
Maybe.
So that it wasn't so.
No, I think maybe you need to step away from it for a little bit and then see how you feel.
Well, it does need like actual white paint on it.
Okay.
Especially for the hat.
Because I think it looks amazing.
Where would I put the red? I'd put the red here, here, here. Well, I'd start with these two places and then decide if either the hues or the pants needed to be red.
Mm.
But if it would take away too much, because I'm looking at using...
Well, I think if you're going to have red on the hat, you need to have some balance.
Yeah.
So red at least one other place. So.
What if we did red here? But I feel like the glows. Because if too much color, meaning too many colors, just won't read right.
These are off-screen decisions.
Yeah. Well, Us and the Super Toasties will talk about it next Tuesday.
See, Andrea says looks great as it is.
Mm,
I agree, Andrea.
I just feel like the white needs to be a little whiter.
You feel this way about every piece that you do. I mean, and your work is fantastic because of it.
Okay, but look how I got a 2.5 by 4 inch ornament done in one live stream.
Okay.
I got that. But I can see, looking at the camera, that let me see. You can see it's darker than what the camera's showing.
I think it looks amazing.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, this weekend is Santa's big ride.
Yep.
Santa's coming, right?
Yes.
Santa's coming,
yes,
right?
Yes, he's coming.
Okay.
I already He RSVP'd.
He RSVP'd? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's got his tickets. They're non-refundable.
Santa must come here and make me happy. Not with presents, just Santa being here makes me happy. Oh, if you didn't notice, I got my vacation Christmas tree. That's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Christmas tree. I likes.
Yes, you do.
Alrighty. So next week we will go back to, excuse me, Super Toasty Lives, which are for the paid members. If you would like to become a paid member, if you're watching now, or on the replay, next to subscribe or next to the channel name, it says join. You can click that and pick whichever range you are comfortable with if you want to join us. For mostly Super's lives, although January again will be all public lives because we will be doing the portrait of children. You get to pick your children, and I help you burn through a portrait of children, which is harder than an older person. All right.
So Burl has a comment about, she agrees with Spencer about taking off the white next to the pom-pom.
Taking off the white next to the pom-pom.
Yeah, there's like a triangular protrusion there next to the pom-pom.
Yeah,
What is that?
That's where the bell.
Ah.
But I was trying to like make that the rest,
Yeah.
which I'd have to burn around this too.
I would just take it off.
What do you mean take it off?
Sand it off, or use a belt sander or something.
Oh, okay. I
Just
could
take
do
it
that.
off around
I can
carve it off. I don't know.
I can do that. But we're talking about this part right here.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Michael Ann.
Yep.
We appreciate every one of you joining us. We've missed you guys, if you're not a Super Toasty, which I miss you guys every week. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and you know what to say with me, hopefully. If not, you'll learn now. You're awesome.
Make sure you look in the mirror before you leave the house.
You can't do this. Why? Because you're a pyro artist. Happy burning and happy holidays. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
The dog's already standing